I'm gonna work on this beech platter. So check this out. OBS crashed on me. I don't know what happened. I don't know how much of this you missed. I rounded it and I turned this into somewhat of an OG. And now we're gonna sand the outside up a little bit. That should do. It's smooth in both directions. I don't see any more sanding scratches. All I'm gonna do now is round this edge over a little bit and make sure the bottom is flat, or the top. Now it's nice and flat. That's what I wanted. So now it's time to take this over to the laser. I'm gonna have to cut the end of this off a little bit, but that's all right. I can do that later. Laser time. So this is what's going on the laser with that little beech dish or wide rim platter. I'll show you a little more of what's happening a little bit later. This is where it is now. Almost through with that center section, then have that one little section down here at the bottom right, left. Then I'll show you that when it's almost done. Nearing the end now. Okay, I've got it back on the lathe. I want to sand some of the burn off of this. I'm going to use this sander, 150 grit. That got it. I don't want to go too deep. It's not perfectly centered, but it's awfully close. It's off just a smidgen. Let's see how big a smidgen is. I'm going to cut a line just inside the black so we can see how far off it is. It's not bad at all. Cut another line there. So I'll be coming just inside of the black. Right about there. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. So that's the hollow part. I need to turn a little bit of this down because I got some tear out there. So go in real easy. Yeah, that got it all. Had a little sharp edge right there I didn't want. And I'll do more sanding on that. Now it's time to take this to the bench. That beech has some pretty grain, but you'll see it on the backside. It's kind of nice. But what I want to do is I'm going to paint all of these different layers or color them. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but we're going to do that at the bench, and I'll show you that while I'm doing it. I was unsure what colors that I wanted to go with, and yes, I know I need to clean my table saw off. I've been using it for a tertiary workbench. I say tertiary because I've already got two that are cluttered. Hey, it's the messy studio. I mean, y'all just wouldn't understand if it wasn't messy. Although I have been trying to make it the less messy studio of late. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I gotta find my paintbrushes. Okay, I found them. They were hiding from me. I'm gonna use metallic colors for this. And my wife said this design looks somewhat Native American, and said I would use Native American colors if she don't want me to color it. But she said she would use Native American colors if I did. So I'm going to do that. Native American colors are black, yellow, white, blue, green, red, brown, purple. Or purple's in there up on top of the list. So I'm going to use this copper for the brown. And from the copper, I'm going to do metallic gray. When you use a brush, clean a brush. Now I'm going to go with purple, and then I think blue, and then green. We want this to be as smooth as possible with no brush marks. It's hard on the back. Alright, I want to let that dry for a little bit before I start handling it, because I'm going to use the pins on the outside pieces. I think I'm going to go green and blue. I decided to sit down and do these. Put my border in first so I know where to stop. Alright, there's the green, and I didn't make any mistakes. Give that a chance to dry a little bit, and I'll come back and do the blue. Okay, tricky part's going to be around the edge. I'm probably getting into the sanded area some, but that's alright, I can sand it back. Okay, now I will let that dry for a little while. I think it looks pretty cool. So we'll let this dry a little while. I'm going to put it on the lathe. I'm going to sand these edges back. And then I'm going to spray the front of this with finish to give it some protection. But like I said, I want to let these colors dry a little bit first. Okay, it's dried and it's sanded. Edge looks pretty clean. So I'm going to hit it with a coat or two of 2X Ultra Gloss. And then we'll let it dry overnight and I'll turn the bottom out. I may just put one coat on for now. We'll see how it looks after it dries a half hour or so. That's one light coat. Now we'll let it dry and come back and see what it looks like. Well, the stupid one strikes again. I moved the camera over to the lathe. I mounted this back on the lathe and I turned the inside out. Didn't take very long. Sanded it up. That didn't take very long either. And then brought it back over here and just shot another coat of finish on it. Oy vey. Am I ever going to learn? I have no idea. So I will put coats of finish on the front of this until I'm happy, and then I'll let it dry overnight and I'll take it over to the lathe in the morning and finish the bottom. Okay, time to turn the back off of this, or the bottom, and flatten this up some. Alright, that's nice and flat. Okay, not bad. I think I can start sanding at 120. Hit this back with a little Mylans. That way I don't have to put so many coats of finish on it. One of the things I struggled with on the front, on the inside of the bowl. I'll let that dry for a little bit and I'll take it back over to the laser. I'll engrave my logo in the bottom and then we can finish it. So here's my little multicolored platter. I think it came out pretty nice. It's interesting anyway. Got my logo burned in the bottom with the kind of wood that it is and the date. Nice finish. I'm happy with it. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll be finishing that little box next, the box elder burl and the spalted maple lid, and I think it's going to come out really pretty. It's looking really nice so far. Not sure what I'm going to do after I do the box, but we'll figure something out. Have a great day, and y'all come back.